major hotel south of here in Laughlin is closing its doors, possibly forever, and laying off all of its employees. That's a negative. A major company in Las Vegas just opened up free parking for everybody upon reopening. That's a major positive. And we also have a resort fee going up in January at one of the big strip properties. What? All right, so let's talk about this for a minute. My name is Steven. I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. Please do like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for the notifications, and comment below. Is this really the time that you should be raising resort fees? This is a report that I had coming in from somebody on my Facebook, so I don't know if it's 100% true, but it looks like it's something that one of the properties is trying to do. So big disclaimer that I haven't personally seen this in more than one place, but if it's true, that sucks. And we have free parking. Are you happy about free parking? You comment below and tell me, are you happy with free parking? Is it enough to get you back, or do we have to get rid of the resort fees entirely? So if you want to be participating in the video without even doing anything, just head on over to the Patreon. You can be in the credits of the video. You can go over to the Facebook group. That is a free thing to do. It's called Not Leaving Las Vegas. We chat about Vegas. We post up our photos, our stories, our questions. It's a community. It's not just a fan worship page. It's the Not Leaving Las Vegas group. And if you like merchandise and you want to support the channel and wear some cool Vegas gear, head on over to the Teespring store. All the links are in the first comment sticky to the top of this video and in the link descriptions. But now, the news. So, do it in my best news anchor voice. So, a local doctor here is trying a new type of therapy. So, there's two types of things for C19. You have the idea of a vaccine, which would ultimately lead to a cure, as people would have antibodies. And you have the second thing, which are therapeutics. Hydroxychloroquine. Therapeutic, okay? That's a therapeutic. Gets you through the illness, lets your body work harder on beating it on its own. This would also be considered a therapeutic, and the idea is radiation therapy. Blasting the body with low-dose radiation, not high-dose radiation, which would cause problems faster, but giving the immune system a chance, as the radiation kills some of the virus, but unfortunately does all sorts of gnarly things to the rest of your cells, and giving your body a chance to get better faster. The idea is simple here, okay? The immune system gets overwhelmed with C19. It replicates so darn quickly, it leads to complications like pneumonia, and before you know it, people are on ventilators trying to have help from a machine to force air into their lungs. That oxygen gets broken down into the bloodstream and gives air and oxygen to all the rest of your muscle tissues, bone tissues, brain tissues, everything. Because C19 targets the lungs, the problem here is that it hurts your ability to breathe, and people have low oxygen levels in their blood, and they get sicker and more complications, and then they leave us on this earthly plane. Low-dose radiation has been used, according to this doctor in Las Vegas, on different things. It's been used on syphilis patients, people with high viral loads. It has complications for sure. It's in a trial stage right now. At least people have the right to try it, hopefully, and I hope that everybody who does use it has a successful recovery. We will talk more if this becomes a mainstream thing. You might see it on the news later on. Who knows? I'm telling you about it today. Major negative, though, south of here, Laughlin. The Colorado Belle is laying people off. 400 employees, and the casino is not reopening. Not reopening when Governor Steve Sisolak says it can reopen. It just couldn't survive. Golden Entertainment, the owner of the property, said that with the shutdown and the prolonged extended shutdown, they just couldn't keep it all together, so they have to shutter their doors and put people on permanent furlough, which is just nice words for saying you're fired. We're not going to be opening back up. And this is really a shame, and it's a shock to a lot of people. The Colorado Belle's been in Laughlin forever. It sucks to see it go. It sucks to see a prolonged resort closure. A lot of those people that would have been at the Colorado Belle and Laughlin are now going to native gaming casinos in Arizona where they can have their fun. Whether or not it's the governor's decision to prolong it because he's looking for health reasons, I understand he has a balancing act, but now we have 400 people who are wondering where their next paycheck's going to come from and how they're going to feed their families. Hopefully the unemployment system here is not as broken as it was, and yeah, we'll keep you posted on Laughlin as it comes in. A major strip property, though, that's one of the reasons you're here, is killing the parking fee. We'll get that into that in a moment. But I had a little bird, one of the people who watch my channel, say that they got an email from the Cosmopolitan claiming that in January they are raising the resort fees by $9 or $6. I get a 6 and a 9. They're the same number if you turn them upside down. Now, if this is true, and I can't vet this right now, I have to look at some more sources, and I'll confirm it later on. If it's true, they're doing so at the worst possible time, I think that you would agree, right? The Cosmopolitan is loved by almost everybody who's ever stayed at the property, with the exception of one man, O.J. Simpson. Not a big fan of the Cosmopolitan. Also, Evander Kane doesn't like it very much either. I'll let you do your independent research on those, but the Cosmo raising resort fees doesn't make much sense to me right now. It's a bad public relations move if it is true. I have to underline this and say that I have not vetted this. I like to report things that people send off to me. If you're the person that sent this to me, don't be offended. I just have to have 2 or 3 sources that are like major media sources or the Cosmo themselves to say it's true. I reached out to the Cosmo. They did not get back to me on anything, so I can't say it's true or untrue. But if so, will this give the kind of carte blank check to the rest of the properties to up their resort fees? I certainly hope not. Now, the next one here, a major strip resort is giving us free parking. All right, Air 5. Boo, air fist bump or air shoulder bump. About time, right? MGM Resorts International said that the parking at their properties will be free, and we have to do air quotes, for the foreseeable future. So for the foreseeable future, upon opening in Las Vegas, they will not charge you to park their car. I imagine this comes somewhere from the idea that basically they don't have the valets running. That would be too much contact from an unknown person to an unknown person. The valets charge the parking charges. So if you don't have a paid valet, and you want people to come to Vegas and park their own cars, you might as well just let them park their own cars for free. Makes total sense to me. It could also just be a good-natured gesture because they know, the MGM Resorts knows, Caesars knows, Wynn knows, Las Vegas Sands all know. The 21% of our visitorship comes directly from California. When you think about flying from California right now, you might get the, the creepy crawly skin. But a lot of people will drive regardless, even if this wasn't going on in the world, because by the time you drive to LAX or to, John Wayne International or to an airport in San Diego, by the time you guys drive there, park your car, go through the dance at the airport, get on the plane, fly to Vegas, land, get your luggage, get to the hotel, you've spent about as much time coming from California that you would if you drove your car. Plus, oftentimes with cheap gas, it can actually be more economical to just drive to Vegas anyways. So they know 21% of all those people come from California. They're trying to court the fancy of those folks. Is it fancy the court the fancy? They're trying to get those people to come back, and I really don't blame them. Now, whether or not this sticks is another thing, and whether or not all of the resorts follow suit is another thing. I imagine they will have to. If you're Caesars Entertainment, you have to have a competitive angle, a competitive advantage. You have to follow what the leader does, and right now the leader is MGM when it comes to the parking deals. So it's about time those went away. But if it's true about the Cosmopolitan, again, I don't know if it is, if it's true and the resort fees are going up, that's a big deal. And that means that the resort fees for all the resorts could be going up, and they must be expecting people to come back to Vegas at any cost. That's a strong indicator of the Cosmopolitan if they're raising the fees. It's a strong indicator of them having a lot of confidence in Las Vegas going forward. But what about you? Do you have confidence in Vegas going forward? Do you have confidence in any sort of travel going forward? Make sure you leave a comment below what you think about the Colorado Belle or the parking situation or the resort fee situation or blasting radiation at low doses into us to give us a fighting chance against C-19. As always, my name is Steven. I am not leaving Las Vegas. I'm a Vegas blogger. I do live streams every night at 7:45. I do the news videos, and I also make videos on moving here, coming here, staying here, vacationing here, and short films on the city. If you want to be in the credits of the video, head on over to Patreon where you can do just that. If you guys want to chat, head on over to the Facebook group called Not Leaving Las Vegas group. If you guys want to do that, and if you want to get some cool merchandise, supports the channel, helps me do daily videos, head on over to the Teespring store. Now's the time of the video where I sign off and I say 3, 2, 1, click. So are you ready for this? 3, 2, 1, and...